Hi, Shari. I'm really excited for this episode of ours because we deal with so many girls that are in relationships and they always start out so in love and then they end up in toxic, codependent relationships. But,
Yeah.
anyways, we invited a couple that I think, I don't know how to say this, but I think they just know how to communicate in a human way. I just feel like they're really relatable and they don't hide behind, that rosy Instagram grid that makes everything
Yeah.
look perfect. Yeah.
They actually have a hashtag behind relationship goals, and I am interested to hear the behind the scenes of the relationship goals thing. Okay, let's bring them in. Welcome, Mikael and Megan. Hi,
Hi
guys.
guys.
Thanks for
Hey,
joining
Shari.
us.
Hey,
Hi
Bea.
Shari
Hi,
and
guys.
Bea.
Hi.
I like what you said off the bat, though, where relationships start off so rosy and they end up
Yeah.
being toxic and codependent. How many times have we seen that, Bones?
Many times.
We are excited to have you on our show because we have many, many questions.
Yep.
But we always start with a little icebreaker.
Our icebreaker is, what is your go-to flirting move?
Oh wow! Wait, okay,
To
you
each
gotta give
other,
us a
of
second.
course. To each
We're
other.
gonna have
Yeah.
to dig deep into the
Yeah.
archives because my God,
It's been a while since we've
I know
dated.
I had
Because
one.
we've
I
been
know I
how
had one.
wait, how long have we been together? 11 years now.
Wait. I had a couple. I had a couple. Okay, wait. I have one. I have one. Yeah, 2010, right? So Bones knows this. FYI, call her Bones. The one thing I would do is pagka-text ko na siya and we're already talking and oh my god, so many people are gonna like realize that's what I did to them.
Flirty
But
ka
I would
eh.
be I would be texting them late at night,
Booking.
more often than not, and I would always look for an excuse to see them or go to them. And the easiest way for me to do that was to ask them if they were hungry. Because I'd say, "Oh, I'm gonna go get a midnight snack right now. I'm gonna go get takeout or fast food." And then on the way, I was gonna say, "Oh, I mean, do you want anything? I can get you something." And they're like, "Oh, yeah, no, I'll take it to you. It's okay." So it was always just my excuse to go over
Yep.
to them and get them something that they wanted.
Kala ko special ako.
That's a good move. Food
Na-try mo na
talaga
pala sa
yan.
iba.
But man, I use that so many times. All the time, all the time.
Yeah.
So food.
It always worked. Did it always work?
Yeah. It worked pretty
Matakaw
well. It
talaga
worked pretty
tayo.
well. I mean, they were gonna get they were gonna get free food, so I
I
was
have to
kind of like,
say, it did work because Mikael tried that with me and I was hanging out with a friend and he just messaged, I'm in the area. I went out to get fast food. Do you guys want some? And he literally passed by with it. Ako naman si kilig.
Yeah.
yeah, and
Kumbaga, ako
I
lang
think it's
siguro
very
yung
important for me to
binataan.
state this particular detail, which is, oh yeah, I'm in the area, and then they'd say in QC, and even if I was all the way in Alabang, I would still say, yeah, I'm in the area. Then I'm just gonna like drive all the way to QC.
May
Say,
effort.
That is
May
effort.
kailangan,
Effort is
kailangan.
key.
You never know where they are, so
Yeah, that's effort. How about you, Megan? Did you have a flirting move?
Um, did I have a flirting move? I don't really remember. Parang feeling ko kasi I'm not flirty, but Mikael always tells me that I am SM. Simpleng.
yeah,
Simpleng
yeah.
malandi.
So do you want me to help you out? Do you want me to help you out?
Yes, please.
Oh,
Okay,
okay. I really want to
I
hear
don't know
this.
what
I'm very
is,
oblivious to this.
but I don't know if this is specific to Filipinas, but
Yeah.
I think especially when they're younger and they're parang just getting into like the interactions with
Dating,
guys and
yeah.
everything. For whatever reason, alam mo yung batok natin when someone's laughing. For some
Yeah.
reason, I have this experience with girls where they're very physical and when they're laughing, pero they won't do that if they don't like you.
Yeah, parang it's like a way
True.
for us. I get that. It's a way for us to be like,
To touch.
hey, I like you. Like, I'm gonna like slightly touch your shoulder para hindi halata, friend kunwari.
Yeah,
but I'm like, ooh,
or
awesome.
push you or whatever. Parang medyo treading that violence fence already.
It's also a way for us to see if you're batak in your arms.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, but
feel you up a
Megan
little
was
bit.
like that. When we would go out, she was like that. So I was like, okay, this is the kind of person she is. Got it.
So today, because you guys really are relationship goals, Bea and I have decided to do the 5 stages of love, and we want you guys to take us through it. So Bea,
Yeah.
take it away with the first stage.
Yeah, I think it's pretty interesting because this comes from like a Dr. Jed Diamond, and he talks about the five stages, and people really give up on the third. But we'll start with my favorite because I love love more than actually the person sometimes. The idea of like falling in love, and it's that honeymoon phase where they say that when you fall in love, it's like a drug, like you get dopamine in your head. And I want to first start about like what first attracted you guys to each other.
Ooh, I think, well, what attracted me to Mikael, syempre, I saw him physically first. I hadn't spoken to him, but his height, because he was so tall, really, that was attractive to me. And then when I got to talk to him, I loved how we could carry a conversation and we just would not stop talking to each other. And that was very attractive to me because I don't think I was able to ever have a conversation with another guy like that. He was so interested in getting to know me, which made me get interested into getting to know him. So the conversation was definitely attractive to me.
For me,
Yeah.
wow. Well, I guess you were fun to be with. I think that would be it. Because at that time, I was just looking. I mean, I was what 22 years old. Yeah, I
Yeah.
was 22. I was just looking for fun, and that's pretty much it. So she was fun to be with, and she was always game. Some of the other, I guess, people I would meet there were kind of maarte pa.
Yes, it,
Pakipot pa masyado. And I was like, oh, okay, never mind. This girl is always so game.
I
So
wouldn't play games.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
That's the
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
thing.
And I was quite straightforward and quite simple with what I wanted.
Yung
Just have a
straightforwardness
yeah, just
natin.
enjoy the moment, have a good time, and I guess I got that with Bones. So I guess that
Yeah.
would be the first one
Yeah.
that comes to mind.
But and I
One of
always hear things that people like the whole game playing, but clearly you guys didn't enjoy the games.
No, parang it just
No,
didn't make sense.
we
Na
didn't.
yung
Yeah,
parang,
we didn't have the game, and at that time it was like the Barney Stinson How I Met Your Mother.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
the what was that? He had this book. There was a
Oh,
book published.
oh yeah,
The
what's it
playbook.
called? The
The
playbook,
playbook.
yes.
The
Oh,
playbook.
Yes.
So everybody was
sounds
like
so
into like
sleazy
the
to have a playbook.
yeah, the playbook and everything. And of course I had friends who were into that and going out and hitting the one-liners and maybe chatting up some of the ladies in the bar wherever they are. But
Mm-mm.
yeah, that wasn't really my thing. I mean, I just liked having fun and being in the moment, and I found that with Bones.
Parang we wouldn't play
Yeah.
games like kunwari sa text if somebody messaged you or if he messaged me. I wouldn't
Oh,
wait
yeah.
to reply to
Yeah.
him because it
Yeah.
didn't make sense. I wouldn't want him to do the same to me na kung mag-text ako and then he'd reply
Yeah.
after a
Yeah,
day.
or make it seem like you're with another
Oo.
person or whatever.
Wala.
Yeah,
There
no,
was,
no,
we
we didn't
were
have that
very, I guess, parang go-getter. Go-getter with
Yeah.
each
No,
other.
I think we were just very
Straightforward.
straightforward. No, less
Straightforward
than go
tayo
get
sa
it.
isa't
More
isa.
straightforward.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
it worked. I feel like it's
Yeah.
that's so
Yeah,
much
yeah,
better. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, to each his
I have
own.
a
To each his own. I mean, I know some who
Yeah.
have gone the playbook route, and it worked out very well for them. So, I guess everybody has their own journey.
Mm.
Yeah. I mean, one of our friends said, tama na daw ang pabebe na dating. It's really like,
Oh,
have
oh.
a, just be straight
Yeah.
up. I think it's better. But, Mikael, you had something in your interview with the Pep video. The two of you guys were very, I don't know, that was like kilig to the bones video for me. And you mentioned something about artificial serendipity. And I just want you to explain a little bit about that because some of our listeners are really hindi naman sa hopeless, pero malapit na dun eh. Malapit na silang in the stage of like they don't know how to meet people. And you guys seem to have met in a good way. Can you talk a little bit about
Oh
artificial
man,
serendipity?
I love that question. Thank you, and thank you for noticing that one. Yeah, artificial serendipity. I believe in that concept because it's something that has worked out for me. So when I say artificial serendipity, people because we all watch so much content nowadays, movies, rom-coms, and they're always pushing this serendipitous moment, which feels like destiny. But in reality, I don't think that happens very often. I think within maybe sample size of let's say 1,000 people, maybe that happens once, twice, 5 times, 10 times. Baka swerte na yun. So
Right.
when I say artificial serendipity, I go back to what I said a while ago, where I'm texting Megan, I'm texting Bones, and I'm like, Oh, hey, where are you? I'm about to get some food. Oh, you're in QC? I'm in QC also, but I'm in Alabang. So I mean, for Bones, I mean, she's like, oh my
Yeah.
God, he's here. He's buying food. I'm hungry. He's nearby. So that's what I say when artificial serendipity, because that's kind of something I would try to, I guess, not even recreate, but it was a feeling
Yeah.
that was there. But I mean, you were kind of like massaging the facts a little bit. So
Yes.
at least for me, Bones, what did you think about that? So that was my side, but
Yeah.
you were on the
You
receiving
guys
end.
need to
I
write a
was on
book
the like,
about this. The two of you.
Yeah, I mean, I think we create our own moments also.
yeah,
'Di ba?
yeah,
Like, you could have a moment like you're rushing to somebody at the airport because you think you're never going to see them again. But I mean, that doesn't always happen. For me, it was really about cherishing the moments that we had, whether it was a big gesture or whether it was him just bringing me some fast food that I was craving for.
yeah.
So it's really those moments that I have to really look into and say, okay, I appreciate this move that he made. I mean, it may not be something that you see in movies, but he made the effort. And, I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and I guess to just give another example, I remember another thing I would do is like I would text Bones maybe on a weekend, and I would figure that okay, chances are she's maybe out. So I'm messaging her, and she says she is out, and she's in a certain, let's say, bar or a restaurant, and I would say, "Oh my God, I'm nearby," but of course I'm like an hour away.
Ang
But I
layo.
mean, I mean, you could look at it but two ways. I mean, you have the negative way. Oh my God, are you deceiving this person? But if you look at it another way, I'm trying to put the effort in to make this a
Yeah.
reality.
Yeah.
To say that yes,
Yeah.
I am nearby. I will move mountains to get nearby, and then say, hey, I'm nearby. I mean, you want to meet up? Can I see you? Can I drop by?
I'm 2
I
hours
love
away.
that.
We're gonna go to that same bar.
Oh,
So,
okay.
Yeah.
I
So
love
I
that.
mean, I guess that's what I kind of meant with artificial serendipity, where I mean it's
I
pretty
love
much
that.
just an effort thing. I mean,
Yeah.
you try to look for a moment or an opportunity, and if it's there and you're willing to put the work in and the effort in, then you can make a moment happen. And then when you guys hang out, hopefully the rest is history.
I think that's important for our listeners to pay attention to artificial serendipity. Stop sitting and waiting for your
Yeah,
whatever
there's gotta be effort. There's
Harry
gotta be
met
effort.
Sally
Yeah.
moment. Make the
Yeah.
effort and you will find somebody. Okay. So speaking of making the effort and special moments, can you both tell me what was your first ever kilig moment with each other?
Ooh, I have one.
I'll go for it. Go.
And we weren't together, and I don't think we were even dating, but we were definitely messaging each other. Medyo may pagka-flirty ng konti. And
Me? No.
yes, major times 100 flirty. But Mikael had an out of the country work trip, and he was gone for 2 weeks.
Ah.
So I had no contact with him. I decided, okay, he's on a work trip. I'm not gonna message him. Tapos wala pang messaging apps nun. As in, Facebook Messenger lang ang meron. nun.
What? There wasn't even Facebook Messenger.
Oh no, just Facebook wall.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I was like, okay, I'm not gonna message him. I'm just gonna like enjoy. He's gonna have a work trip, and let's see what happens when he gets back. So true enough, I was at work and my mom calls me and she's like, yo, this dude dropped by the house with some cheesecake and some stuff for you. I was like, did you get his name? And she's like, yeah, this is the guy that you were telling me about, right? And I was like, yeah, what did you say? Did you like tell him that I liked him? She was like, I don't know. Like, maybe you
Oh
should
yeah,
ask
she said
him.
something.
Maybe you should
What did you
ask
say?
him.
What did you say?
So, Mikael will be the one to tell this story.
Wait,
'cause
no,
he-
I don't remember. She said something. What did
Because
she say?
you remember when you went up to the driveway and you saw a lady like
yeah,
washing the driveway?
yeah.
That was my mom.
I know, I
And you didn't know
remember.
it was my mom.
I didn't realize, but she did say something. I was like, yeah, you're the
You're the
guy.
guy Megan was
Megan's
talking-
always talking about.
Oh,
Nabuking
Booking naman.
si Megan ng mami niya.
Nabuking ako ng mommy ko. But I thought it was really sweet that even though we hadn't seen each other for weeks, he brought over some cheesecake. And when he was traveling, he had a keychain made in my name.
Wait,
So
oh
cheese-
my God, wait.
And then may kwento pa siya. But I thought the thought of it was really sweet for me. And I thought that was super kilig. And I was like, wow, this is such a sweet moment. I really like that.
Yeah. Oh, can I add to the
Is
keychain
this like
moment?
an artificial
Yeah. I
serendipity
said
moment?
I told her when I gave that keychain, it said Megan, and I said, hey, you know what? I found this keychain. It had your name on it, and I bought it because I was like, hey, it's right there, right? Let me buy it. But no, I had it made. There was a guy who was making keychains there.
Oh,
I
cute. I
was
love
like,
it. I love it.
Megan,
Artificial serendipity. Make it happen.
Kilig.
Make it
Make it
not so
happen.
obvious. And
Oh,
yeah, I
So
love
yeah,
that.
I thought that was super sweet. Ikaw, ano yung
yeah,
kilig
because I mean, I had
moments
to
mo?
balance it. I mean, I didn't want to seem so creepy. I was like, yeah, I saw a guy making keychains. I said, make your name Megan.
make
Oh,
make
that
one
was
for my
thoughtful.
future wife.
So I was kind of like balancing. I was kind of like hedging my bets there. Yeah, you kind of have to balance being, you know, artificial serendipity and
Yeah.
being kind of creepy. So
Yeah, there's a line between stalker and
there's a line.
serendipitous.
There's definitely a line there.
Okay,
Oh
what
my
was your
god.
kilig moment, Mikael? Your first.
Oh wow! What was my first kilig moment? What was it?
Was it the Valentines? Was that?
No, for sure there were definitely moments in even before that. So I don't know. Megan wasn't super she was more on the receiving end. So
Yeah.
it was more of kind of I would say it was more of me kind of like making things happen, like meeting up and messaging, hey, where are you? Da, 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 da. If ever, the most kilig moment was probably from her mom. Kasi binuking siya ng mami niya. So, syempre parang I think Bones was coming from a relationship at that time, so she was newly single somewhat.
Yeah.
And anong tawag dito? So she was on her guard. I don't really recall any active moves or acts that would that she had towards me.
Yeah.
So if ever, my most kilig moments were the times that we were kind of hanging out. So I did enjoy hanging out with her. I did enjoy the times that we would talk and converse and hang out at night. So that was always fun. That was always fun.
You are right though. I was definitely on my guard
Yeah.
at that time.
Yeah.
So I don't think I
Yeah.
was much of a giver in terms of, hey, I'm saying that I actively like you. It was more like I felt it and I would say yes to him to go out. And that was, for me, that was already giving because I was so like, okay, like I just came from a relationship. How am I going to tackle this? Is this a guy that I want to date or become my boyfriend? So definitely there was guard there. So I can
Yeah.
understand why in the beginning, wala siyang kilig moments.
Yeah, yung kilig moments was when we were together. Na parang
Yeah.
okay,
The
that
confirmation
moment.
na it's working.
Yeah,
That's your
yeah,
kilig
That
moment.
was
That
nice.
you're hanging out,
I really enjoyed hanging out with her.
I have a little follow-up question. You said that you were more on the receiving end, Megan, and Mikael, you were the giving. It's Valentine's Day. What's your tip to like new couples? Like, are you as the girl supposed to give a guy a Valentine's gift also? Is that an important thing?
Yeah.
Wow.
Okay.
Okay.
Let
What
me-
stage? What stage of the relationship is it? Is it like flirting? Hindi pa sila.
Hindi, sila
Hindi
na,
pa sila
sila na.
magjowa.
Sila
Sila na.
Are you
sila na.
asking
Magjowa
for
na.
a friend? Are
I'm
you
asking
asking
for
for
a
a friend?
Okay, just to give you guys like a little heads up, when Mikael and I first got together, I told him straight off the bat that I don't like flowers, I don't like receiving chocolates, I don't like receiving gifts. That's not me as a person. If you give it to me, I'll accept it. But there won't be any like, oh, I'm so kilig, like I love you even more, like you're the
Yeah.
best. Like I will just be like, oh, flowers, they're gonna die. So I said, don't give it to me kasi sasayangin mo yung pera mo. Like if you want, we'll hang
Okay,
out, we'll
makes
enjoy the
sense.
moment. And that's enough for me. You don't have to give me anything. So I guess iba kasi sa amin eh. Like I know that there are girls or there are guys that expect something on Valentine's Day. But for us, I made it really clear in the beginning. Even if he had done like grand gestures for like the girls he's dated in the past, sabi ko, I don't need that. So I guess it really depends on the person. So for us, it was really
Wait,
just
didn't you give me flowers?
I did, although I did give Mikael flowers.
That wasn't that our first Valentine's?
Oh.
Yeah, that
First
was our
and the
first
only
Valentine's.
time that I gave you
So
something.
send something is the answer here. Yes.
I have
Should be.
okay, I have a different answer, but I think Bones
Okay.
because it's referring to like the first year that we were together.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
But the thing is, I don't particularly celebrate special days. So
Even his birthday.
birthdays, I don't really
Oh.
celebrate. For me, kasi my thinking, and I think we had a podcast episode about
Yeah,
this
we
one
did.
too. I don't particularly like, it's a personal thing. I don't particularly like putting so much pressure on one particular day of the year. And then parang binubuhos mo on this one day. When I'm like, you know what? I'm not gonna say I'm gonna give you everything you want and everything you need on your birthday or on Valentine's Day, because what's stopping me from doing that every single day? I mean, why can't I just spread that out and give that to you every single day? And because you're putting so much pressure on one day of the year, when truth be told, there are so many external forces that can stop you from making that special day happen. I mean, you could have
Yeah.
work, you could have family problems, you could have a personal problem. It could be raining, baka may bagyo, and then all of a sudden, when things are not going your way, it makes it that much harder to make that particular day special. When for me, I was like, is it the day that's supposed to be special or the moment that you guys have? So I was like, the moment that we have, I don't need a special day to make that happen. Like, let me make that happen every day. Let me make that happen every morning when I make you coffee. So that's what I told Bones. I was like, if you're gonna make me choose between making one day of the year special or trying to make you feel special any day that I feel like it, which is pretty much every day anyway, then let me do the latter than the former. So I guess that's that was my
Ayun na.
that was my thinking.
Okay, ito na naman ako, Shari. Every time we have a relationship goal, like, guess, natutililing ako as in, like, I don't have anything to say, right, Shari? I have a
Usually.
question. I'm like nakatulala sa screen. But okay, I have another follow-up question because this is common with some of, I guess, people in their 30s. Also, they have this phrase that I don't know who coined this, but the DTR, or determining, what is it? Determining the relationship. And with you guys, should a guy ask officially or should it just happen? Ano ba
Actually,
talaga?
before you answer that question, let's bring that to our second part because the second phase of this is becoming a couple or the getting serious
Yeah,
phase. So after the honeymoon stage wears off and you see and accept your partner, flaws and all, it may be less passionate, but the love is from a deeper connection. So going back to Bea's question, Bea, you can repeat your question.
Yeah, because I mean, my question is, should you DTR? Should you have a talk like, hey, we are, hindi naman ginaganon, but like, you're exclusive or you're not dating other people? Because I've heard so many sides like, you shouldn't assume, or
Yeah.
it should just happen if you love each other anyway. So what are your thoughts? Because you both seem like, parang you're
The
calm the
label.
way you approach,
Shouldn't this come from you?
anyone.
Yeah, I have something. Do you have
Okay.
your thoughts? Your thoughts.
For me,
Megan
I think
first.
it's important to know where you are in the relationship. Just like
Okay.
when we started hanging out together, we were very straightforward with each other. And I think you need to determine that so you know what your boundaries are,
Pro DTR.
huh?
Pro DT. You are pro
ako.
DTR.
Yeah, pro DTR ako. Kailangan
Women are
mo
always
eh.
pro
I'm
DTR.
pro DTR.
Diba?
We are
Like, parang,
pro. Men are never.
if you don't determine, then you're just playing games. And that's not something that I
Yeah.
wanted because I didn't want to waste my time. And if he was just going to play games, then okay, we'll hang out for a bit. But then if I find somebody that is willing to commit, then I'll go with that, di ba?
Ouch.
Yeah.
Ouch. Pero hindi
Tama,
naman nangyari
tama.
yun, Fofo. Ikaw naman, kasal na tayo.
I was just imagining
Oh,
it. I would have died. Okay.
How
Was that
about-
yours? Was that yours?
Oh, ikaw.
Yeah, for me, I'm going to temper what Bones said with the opposite because I think it's case to case. I think there are couples. It's not us, okay? So I think there are couples that parang magka-wavelength lang talaga sila. They're just able to Bluetooth information to one another, and I think that is the minority. Parang serendipitous moments, the 0.001%. There are some people, they date for like a couple of months and they just know. They're able to just communicate without saying anything at all that we are exclusive. Hey, we love each
Yeah.
other. That happens. But you have to know that that is the minority. Super small
Mhm.
percentage. So on the flip side, back to Bonizi's point, yeah, I think DTR. I think I'm pro DTR as well because if not, you're leaving it up to
Pro.
chance.
Yeah.
You're leaving it up to 0.001% for your partner to read your mind and
Yeah.
for you to read your partner's mind correctly. we try to read each
Yeah.
other's minds, but usually it's incorrect. So,
Yeah.
anong tawag dito? I do think it is quite important. I mean, when you're younger, fine, okay, try to read each other's mind. But as you get older, there are so many more external factors out of your, in your life,
Yeah.
out of that relationship that you have with that person. You have your work life, family life, responsibilities, obligations. So
Yeah.
it's very important, I think, to clear that up, especially as you mature as a person and you grow into your own life. So definitely, I think
Mm.
communicating, which I think we'll touch on later on a bit more,
Right.
communicating
Yeah.
how you feel and where you guys are so that you guys aren't guessing and trying to read each
Mm-mm.
other's minds is important.
So your tip to those
Okay.
na ayaw mag-DTR nung karelasyon nila is move
Uh,
on.
I guess work your way towards it, because I mean what you're trying to ask right now is like them communicating and being honest with their feelings,
It's
and
not the
Yeah.
easiest
it's
thing
not
to do.
easy. It's not easy, especially if maybe you had a high school relationship or college relationship. Na you just didn't have the DTR. You just felt it because you were still so
Mm.
young. Life was still so
Mm-mm.
simple, and then as you grow up, you want to be able to recreate that moment. But that moment was only because that was your first, and you were in high school, and that was the circumstance of your life. So being able to grow and open up your communication skills,
Mm-mm.
being able to grow how honest you are with a certain person,
And knowing what you want
and knowing what
also.
you want,
That's also
that takes a
really
lot of
important.
work. I think people really underestimate the work and the personal investment that it takes to get to that point. So yes, you should DTR, but know that it isn't going to be easy, and that there has to be some sort of
mm.
active investment from that person and your partner.
Love it. I love it.